Hey vloggers, today we're gonna look at some anime, give a small review, and put them on a tier list. Because that is certainly what the average Chad McRad fan is into and cares about. And with that, let's begin. I didn't like Akame ga Kill. None of the characters stuck with me. Anytime you would have a moment with a character, they would be killed off the next episode to get a rise of emotion out of you. I remember they did it specifically with the purple one and the gay one. I don't know. I quit watching halfway through because it was boring and sucked. I put Akame ga Kill in D tier. Every aspect about Akira is amazing. The animation, the story, the setting, the atmosphere, every little aspect about Akira is done so very expertly. And it was revolutionary for its time and shaped the animation industry as we know it. A tier. Baccano is pretty good. They do a good job with their characters. I especially like these two. I think it'd be a little better without the paranormal aspect. Like if it was just people dicking around 1930s New York. But, you know, but it's still pretty good. B tier. Berserk is undoubtedly one of the greatest things out there. It currently has 3 different anime adaptations. One is unbelievably bad, and the other 2 are quite alright. It's pretty unanimous that reading is the best way to experience Berserk. But I admit, I found some parts boring my first time around. You know, it is 370 chapters. It'd be pretty hard to read all of that without finding some of it to be boring your first time around. But on second glance, you'll probably find it to be just as good as the rest. Berserk is amazing. S tier. BNA or Brand New Animal. I watched this one because it was well colored, like they do this neon blue and pink stuff. Yeah, it looks pretty good. That's about all it has going for it. It's about this girl who turns into an animal, and it's very unnuanced racism. And then there's this very goofy part at the end where they all start howling at the moon. It's so stupid. Yeah, that's BNA. C tier. Everything about Cowboy Bebop is flawless. The jazz and harmonica music, flawless. The animation, flawless. It spares no expense. The characters and writing is great. Despite this, Cowboy didn't really stick with me. Not as much as I wanted it to. I didn't find myself emotionally invested. But real recognizes real, so A tier. Did you know if you watch everything Dragon Ball, it totals out to be over 800 episodes and over 20 movies? Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Z Kai, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Super. I want to kill myself for even thinking about any of this. But I said to myself, why not try Dragon Ball, the first one? 150 episodes. You know, I've only seen about 40, but, you know, it's decent. I like the theme and credit music. I like Goku and Krillin. I like the tournament where Roshi shoots the sun. You know, that's all I have to say about the show. C tier, above B and A. Keep Your Hands Off Eizouken is pretty cool. I like the music, the animation, the design and style of everything. I like that the show is about animation and animation principles. I like the imagination sequences where all the sound effects are done by mouth. But like Cowboy Bebop, I couldn't find myself sucked into the show. I put it in B tier, behind Baccano. Neon Genesis Evangelion is great. The writing's great. Shinji is very human. He's very much like me. Evangelion is very human. No one on the show is happy. The writing is truly like no other. It's really hard to explain why Evangelion is good, but Evangelion is great. Please watch it. S tier. Now it's time for Evangelion Movie Lightning Round. There are 6 movies, and I'm going to review them as fast as possible. 3, 2, 1, go. Evangelion, Death and Rebirth. It recaps the series. I didn't watch it. Disqualified. The end of Evangelion. I've seen it like 4 times. I still don't remember what really happens in the movie. I don't think anybody does. The credits are in the middle of the movie. Shinji comes to the real world. It's amazing. S tier. Evangelion 1.11, the first of the Rebuild series, which tries to reboot Evangelion. It's just the first half of the original show, but with bad pacing because it's trying to cram 12 episodes into a movie. C tier behind Dragon Ball. 2.22. This is when they start taking liberties from the original series. I like the ending to the front of C tier. 3.33. I didn't like this one. They're all mean to Shinji in this one. D tier, above the Kamiga kill. Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0, Twice Upon a Christmas. It's a decent way to wrap up these movies. I like the first half a lot more than the second. The final minutes of this movie really suck. C tier behind B and A. Lightning round over. Fooly Cooly is really cool. The animation, the music, it's all really great. I listen to the soundtrack like all the time. And it's really short. It's only like 6 episodes. It's less than half of the Batman. S tier, behind Evangelion. Ghost Stories? Ghost Stories is a show that everybody knows about, and everybody acts like nobody's ever heard of it. So, like, this show did really badly in Japan, and when they sent it over to America, they just let the English voice actors go nuts in the booth. Shut up! Everybody knows. Everybody have seen the clips.
Think of a big black man chasing you!
It is in fact funny, according to my calculations. I ended up dropping it because the same comedy and energy for 20 episodes straight is factually boring. Top of C tier, above Dragon Ball. Goodnight Poon Poon is wild and expertly crafted. Each panel is beautiful, and the backgrounds are like photos. The story is heartbreaking and real. It doesn't beat around any bush when it comes to real things in life like poverty, abuse, violence in movies, sex on TV. Poon Poon is real, and it is so compelling. S tier, above Evangelion. Hensuki is the worst garbage dick ever. It follows a harem plot, so it's already a D tier at most. So the story is, the dude gets a love letter and a pair of underwear, and he has 3 suspects of who it may be. He individually takes them out on dates. At the end of the date, they unleash their fetish, and it becomes the focal point of their character for the remainder of the series. This one wants to be dominated. This one will dominate you. This one writes gay porn of him and his best friend. And this one is his sister. That's right. It's revealed in the second to last episode that the culprit is the protagonist's sister. I'm done with this. I don't want to talk about it anymore. F tier. Now it's time for the second lightning round. This time, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure parts. There are currently 8 parts, and let's begin. 3, 2, 1. Phantom Blood. Upon first watch, it was boring. Upon second watch, it was amazing. Battle tendency. Great characters. Great build off the first part's power system. Stardust Crusaders. On first watch, I remember being mad that they changed from Hamon to stands, but upon looking back, it's pretty solid. Diamond is unbreakable. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of direction in the first half, but it's still pretty great. Plus, this part holds my favorite character, Koichi. Golden Wind. I like the team members. Italy looks great. This part holds my favorite fight in the series. I like Golden Wind. Timeout. Let me tell you about a thing called the JoJo event. It was a special live event held for $30 a ticket. Of course I didn't pay, somebody streamed it and I watched it for free. And let me tell you, it was awful. It was boring. They kept advertising a mobile game. It went till 4 a.m. Thankfully somebody linked Scribble.io in the chat and we played till they eventually announced part 6. Overall a bad experience. Anyways, I like part 6. It's pretty cool. I like the setting, I like the villain's powers. It's pretty good. I like part 7. I like whatever it's so far. I like where it's going. And that is the end of the lightning round. JoJo as a whole will be put in A tier, and this is the individual ranking of each part. 1, 2, 1. From what I've seen, a lot of people don't like Kakegurui, but I thought it was entertaining. It was kind of odd that she got horny from gambling and stuff, but the second season, Kakegurui XX, was lame though. It was about some election thing, and they changed the intro. The old intro rocked. It's like this cool jazzy thing, and they have like this cool filter over the voice. I put the show in B tier. Okay, this is me. This is not in the script. I was looking at the intro just to like get footage, get music, and I just remembered how weird this show is. Just, like, in the intro alone, look at this. She's like licking her toes. There's this really weird. I forgot how weird this show is. The ranking still stands because I think I'd have to shuffle other things around. So I guess it stays in A tier. B tier. All right, back to your regularly scheduled. Alright, time for an unpopular opinion. I did not like Kill la Kill. I watched like the first half of it. I put it on ice, tried to pick it up months later. I didn't really know what was going on, so I dropped it. Also, I don't like that all the naked ladies in the show. It's kind of odd. At top of D tier. Kodocha is really fun. I really like the energy of every episode. The main character Sana has like little music segments in each episode, and the show balances goofy and serious really well. They know to respect the very serious moments of the show. Every episode is like a normal 22 minutes long, but the episodes feel like twice as long. It feels like an hour. Time really drags when watching this show, but you know, it's really cool. I really like this show. It's a B tier, above Baccano. Lupin the Third, the First. This one. Lupin the Third, the First. It's animated well, but the style feels kind of sanitized, like Pixar-y. But it's fine. I haven't seen any other Lupin projects, so I don't know if it's like the other ones, but I imagine it is. To the back of B tier. Alright, I'm not gonna beat around the bush of Metamorphosis. It's porn, and I like the story, and I'm tired of pretending I don't. The tragic story of Saki Yoshida, a girl who encounters drugs and sex, becomes a prostitute, and dies. I'm leaving out some details, but that's the gist of it. The downward spiral of the main character is a genuinely intriguing read. In a weird way, it kind of reminds me of the Joker. There's a lot of people who call this the most depressing story over, the most whatever. They're over-exaggerating. It's not that bad. I do not recommend it, but it was a good read. To the back of A tier. A fun fact. I bought this manga physically, and then I accidentally sent it to my grandma's address. That was interesting. If you're one of those people that say My Hero is good, but the fans are bad, you are a sheep. Take 1 second to think of an original thought before you write your TikTok comment on some loser dancing in a Hawks cosplay. Anyways, My Hero Academia is okay, but there is like a list of problems that I have. Every scene has like 10 flashbacks because we can't think for ourselves, so the show needs to spoon feed it to us. The beginning of every season starts with the same world building dialogue of, we live in a world where 80% of the world has awesome superpowers called quirks.
With about 80% of the population possessing some uncanny ability.
Please, stop repeating yourself. I've watched a little bit of season 5. It just seemed like the same shit over and over. I don't care about the show anymore. They just perpetuate the same problems over and over. Put it in C tier, behind Konosuba. And the movies suck. Put them both in D tier. The second one better than the first one. One Punch Man is so cool. It has a great blend of comedy and action, and it's one of the best intros out there. I will say it is the best. This goes on Chad McRad's official best intro ever. Saitama, the cast surrounding him. Season 2 really dropped the ball though. They changed animation companies. It's still well written, so, you know, pros and cons. I put One Punch Man in A tier, behind Akira. Ladies and gentlemen, let me spurg out and be an incel just this moment. In the movie Paprika, there is this fat guy who gets with an attractive girl. This isn't real. This doesn't happen in the real world. If this was the real world... Perfect Blue earns the prestigious award of being a perfect movie. It's made by the same director as Paprika. Every element of this movie is executed phenomenally. It is thrilling, it is scary, it's confusing. Like, I would not change a thing about it, and that's what makes a perfect movie. You look at it and you wouldn't change a thing. I put Perfect Blue in B tier, above Eizouken. Premiere's fine, it kept me entertained the whole movie, but like, there were these moments in the animation where they would put too many moving elements on the screen, like they're jangling keys in front of you. There's so many moving parts on screen, you don't even know what you're supposed to look at, and so you just don't look at anything, just kind of stare blankly at the screen. Anyways, B tier behind Lupin. Shimonetta sucks. Bad. The premise is you can't be horny. It's illegal. And there's a girl that's a terrorist by saying crass things in public.
Why are you freaking out?
That's about all she does. Banter that makes a Redditor laugh. D tier behind Akame ga Kill. Slam Dunk's pretty good. I like Hanamichi, the main character. It's definitely older, but that's far from a bad thing. I like the little intermission moment where the lady speaks in broken English. If you could hold a ball with a hand, you'd be a great basketball player.
If you can hold a ball in a hand, you'll be a great basketball player.
B tier, above Perfect Blue. Undead Unluck. Great in concept, slightly underwhelming in practice. So, this dude cannot die, and whoever this girl touches dies. And the more serious the interaction, the more fatal the death. So this dude wants to romance and have passionate sex with her, so he could finally die. It's good enough. I have 3 physical copies. I'll put it above Slam Dunk. Uzuki Wants to Hang Out is a fine romance anime. The dynamic between the two main characters is good, and Uzuki, a character who's supposed to be annoying, does not sour the show. There's 2 times in the show where he accidentally grabs her boob, and they run the joke out like 8 seconds too long. It wasn't funny to begin with, but now it's like 3 times not as funny. I give it a B tier above Kakegurui. That is the complete tier list. I'd like to know your thoughts on the subject, and with that, goodbye.
Hey, look.